All right, good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, November 4th. Um, I'm trying to compose myself here. Um, Focus on this video. All right, we're going to end on a sobering note. But first of all, I do want to cover what happened last night because it was a very interesting set of games. All right, we start our Saturday morning recap talking about the Elmira River Sharks finding a way to win. And suddenly, hopefully, you realize this is not the Mammoth version 2.0. This is the River Sharks, and they're doing very well. Pull out a 3-2 shootout win over the Motor City Rockers. All right. So Motor City, they abandoned their game plan of getting behind early and coming back for the win, and yeah, I think they should go back to that because things didn't work out for them last night. Okay. Motor City takes the lead at 6 minutes in. That's Pavel Svintsov again. Third goal already for the true rookie. And Motor City was really in dominant control of this game for the first 14 minutes. And then uh, something happened. Tyler George was able to flip a switch with these guys. And Elmira just said, all right, it's our game now. And they followed Motor City's game plan, getting behind early and then coming back for the win. So Nick Gullo scores on the power play in early in the second and get the River Sharks on the board. Motor City ties it back up, or goes back up rather, with a goal by Danny Vanderweel. And but by this time, Elmira was really controlling the game. They outshot uh, Motor City 2-1 in the second period, and then uh, it was Tim Delaney getting himself in the box, an interference call of 16:25, and the River Sharks take advantage, scoring again on the power play. They were 2 for 6 on the night. This time it's Kona Jackson getting his third goal of the year. And yeah, in overtime, there was a penalty to Stavros Soilis, so it was all Motor City, 4-0 in shots, but Spencer Kozlowski stood tall in net for the River Sharks. Yeah, this was a game featuring two former Delaware Thunder goaltenders, Trevor Babin and Spencer Kozlowski. All right, so we don't have any scores in the overtime session, so to shootout we go, and Motor City starts, and it's no, 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 no. Gullo scores, and that's it. That's the end of the game. So Kozlowski ends up uh, 3 wins on the season now, 31 for 33 in the saves. Trevor Babin stopped 38 of 40 in the loss. And yeah, so Elmira improves to 3-1-0, good for 7 points, which is third in the Empire. Motor City falls to 3-0-2, which is 10 points, which by default, because Columbus didn't play, uh, Motor City moved themselves in the first place in the Continental Division. There was an announced attendance of 1097, counting the ghosts. And so, yeah, Elmira ends up taking the first of two. We'll see what happens with the rematch tonight at 6:07 p.m. All right, next game we have the Carolina Thunderbirds taking care of business as they and a huge contingency of fans invade the Apex Center and come away with a 4-1 win. Carolina took control of this game early. I was really surprised. I switched over from the Watertown Danbury game, and I was like, "Is that Brett Wiseman?" Yeah, it's Brett Wiseman. Brett Wiseman is back doing the play-by-play. This time for the Blue Ridge Bobcats. So it was great to hear his voice, and Yeah, if I had a can of liquid death, I'd drink it in his honor. He and I have an inside joke about that. All right, so anyway, Carolina takes control early. There's a goal by new signee Roman Kramer at just a minute 16 in. He gets by Christian Pavlas. And then Dawson Baker adds insult to injury at 11:31, getting what would turn out to be the game-winning goal. Uh, Blue Ridge just wasn't able to really generate a lot of quality scoring chances in this game, but Mauro Cavalier made the saves that he needed to make. Um, Hunter Hall did make it interesting midway through the second period with a shorthanded goal. So it's 2-1, but Joe Kennedy said, "Nah, that's enough of that." Scores a power play goal. And then Kramer, with 1 second left in the second period, puts in the final goal. Shots were 17-8 Carolina in that second period. At the 18:26 mark, things got a little testy as Tristan Wells and John Batista square off. Jordan Popoff gets ticked off of somebody, earns himself a 10. And then, as the period expired, Peter Panacek got in the referees' faces and ended up getting an early ticket to the showers. There's no scoring in the third. The game ends. It was a very lively crowd. I would say it was about 50-50 as far as Carolina and Blue Ridge fans. Announced crowd of 15-13. And that arena gets loud. It's loud when it's empty, but 1,500 screaming fans. Yeah, that place was really, really noisy last night. Yes, Carolina improves to 2-1 for 6 points, and they are now fourth in the Continental Division. Blue Ridge falls to 1-3-1. There's that's 3 points. Last in the Empire at this point. Now, Mario Cavalier stopped 30 of 31 for the win. Christian Pavlas gets 38 saves for the night, but that just not quite enough. We'll see what happens with the rematch at 6:05. This time in the Annex. Going to be a sold-out game. Ticketmaster is showing only about 200 seats left, maybe 200. It's going to be an absolutely packed house at the Annex tonight. So that'll be really, really interesting to see. Looking forward to watching that game. Then we have Watertown. Kind of a deja vu type of thing. End up with a 6-5 victory over the Danbury Hat-Tricks at home, just like they did on opening night back on October 13th. Only difference between the two games was this was the third game in a row where a goalie not named Josh Rosenvig gets yanked after allowing 2 goals. Seems to be a trend in Watertown. So with the comeback win, Watertown improves its fate. And now Danbury started hot. First of all, for some reason, Watertown did not announce their lineup in time. So they were assessed a 2-minute penalty to begin the game, which Danbury took advantage of. Sam Dabrowski scores 43 seconds in on that power play. And then later, Nick DeNicola scores a 5:51. So it's quickly 2-0. The change is made. Rosenvig comes in, and the rest is history. Well, not exactly. Watertown storms back with 3 goals. Power play goal by Trevor Lord. Then Michael Mercurio scores. And then Josh Patello. So it is now 3-2 until Dmitry Kuznetsov figures out a way of finally getting his first of the year. 7 games in, and it's just his first of the year. Kind of surprising. So we go to the intermission. It's 3-3. The second period comes out. Watertown suddenly has life. They are skating. They are moving. They looked flat the first few minutes of this game, and they took control of the action. Even though they were being outshot, they got high danger chances. So Tate Leeson scores, and then Carter Thornton puts one away on a shorthanded goal. So Watertown's up 5-3. Danbury says, not so fast. Gets goals from Dabrowski, again, his second. And then Jacob Ratcliffe. And finally, Tate Leeson puts the game on his shoulders, scores the game-winning power play goal. That was due to Zach Pomelayan being not in the box. He was in the showers. Got assessed a 5-minute cross-checking major plus game misconduct. His was the second misconduct of this game. Early in the second period, Dustin Henning took an elbow to Danbury head. I did not see who that was, but he was suspended, he was removed from the game, given the game misconduct. I kind of have a feeling he may end up with a suspension as a result. So Rosenvig has his best outing, saving 33 of 36. Kevin Lake, meanwhile, for the Danbury hat tricks, not a good night. 6 goals and 27 shots. He's replaced by Connor McCollum, who only faced 2 shots in that third period, but the damage was already done. So we saw all 4 goalies in this game. Watertown improves to 2-4 for 6 points, good for 4th in the Empire. Danbury falls to 3-4, 8 points, which is 2nd in the Empire, and they are having to make a quick trip to Danbury to take on Binghamton tonight. Danbury, we'll see how they respond tonight. And then the final game, I was really close on this prediction. I predicted 7-5 Mississippi. It was 7-6. This was a game of close but no cigar for the Baton Rouge Zydeco. They finally found their offense, but they just didn't have enough left in the tank to tie it up again, because it was tied up several times. Baton Rouge scored first. Great first goal by Sotirios Karagiorgos. That's a mouthful. Mississippi scores 3 in a row. Chuck Costello, Joaquin Nilsson got his first, and then Nelson Liriakos got his first. That hat is supposed to be for hat trick. That's supposed to be a little black top hat there. So then we have Baton Rouge ties back up Justin Laporte as the first period expires. Second period, Michael Haskins ties it up early. And then we begin the trade-off of goals. Jackson Bond, Brandon Hussey, Joaquin Nilsson, Parker Mescal, Nelson Liriakos, Parker Mescal again. Finally, Liriakos breaks a tie at 11:03 in the third. So there we go. 7-6. Mississippi holds on. And pardon the little bit of sunlight coming in here. Shepard saves 44 of 50. For his third win, Greg Hussey, 28 of 35. Busy night for Joe Shepard. So Mississippi is now third in the Continental with a 3-1-1 record for 9 points, and Baton Rouge still looking to get off the Schneid. So that is that. So that is the action from last night. I want to end on kind of a sobering note, and I'm going to take this out. I did not address this last week because I did not feel capable of doing it at the time, but it's been a week now since Adam Johnson died in the stick accident. And as you can see, I've got my stick out here at the door. Ironically, my favorite number is 47, kind of faded there, but hopefully you can see. So very appropriate. Terrible incident. Terrible incident. And, prayers for Johnson's friends and family as they continue to grieve. It's hard to remember sometimes that these guys play for the love of the game. It's a very dangerous game, as we've seen now. So don't take it for granted. Don't take life for granted. All right, I'm the Fed League Flash, Gary Ryan, and we will see you again tomorrow. Tune in as we review 3 more games. Have a good day.